Hello, welcome back. Last time we got to witness the full horror of tetromino packing, but that is done now. And I have the end of the cockpit branch complete. So we got main power, that's the thing that'll open the top secret area, I guess. Okay, so this is rectangle. I had to say it out loud. I didn't get it until I did. Connect the dots, a light in the attic, the Y factor. Connect the dots sounds nice and simple. I'm sure it being this deep in a path can't mean anything. Let's try that. Sirius Emperage. Itris is here. Am I playing as Itris? I think so. I wonder what color decor I'd go best to this bridge. Magenta curtains. Well, there's no magenta in the room right now. Ah! Wait, is this using a 16 color palette? Now that I look at it, the palette does seem pretty limited here. So maybe that's interesting. Okay, so that's just built into the art style, isn't it? Like, I didn't think specifically about it, but now that you say that, that totally makes sense. Missouri is here. All right, coordinating repairs for the engine room. Hi, Itris, very friendly. Bonk. Having another door problem. Keep crashing into it. Do you? I was freshly spawned, so I don't think so. The door fixer? Well, right now I am, yes. Oh, okay. You can't leave, though. The doors are closed. Oh, that one works. Okay. Fine. All right, laser reflection? Laser reflection. Wait, this is the same as another puzzle I did? Maybe? Already 2/3 done. I'm sure it won't be that simple. Drag mirrors and other objects. And other objects. Oh. Words of wisdom. The splitter. That must be this. Oh, goodness. Why do I want to split? Okay, so the objects with the little highlight around them are the ones that I can move. Already 2/3 done. Okay. So, I guess the issue here is the grid's too full. Wait a minute. So red's doing nothing. Green needs to split. Okay. If green needs to split, I can rotate. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, okay. This is a lot. So green needs to split. However, there is no location along anywhere in the screen laser that will split it into two pieces going horizontally like this. So that horizontal angle, right, if I can figure out where the splitter goes. So I know who I'm splitting. So I need to search out a location, such as, for example, this one. Oh, well, that's already looking pretty good, actually. It's not perfect, but it's a start. Yeah, it's more than a start. I'm already done. Okay, great. That was closer to solved than I expected. Okay. Was that the whole puzzle? Surely not. But seemingly. All right. Dutiful. Okay. That was that was kind of a nothing compared to the others, but like I did another of that format. Was it? It wasn't log level, was it? Was it? Sounds like disconnected. Yeah, that was like the first thing I did or so. Okay, so repeated format. There may be multiple nodes here with the same puzzle type in them. All right, how about a light in the attic? It is dark. Stick. Stick, okay, yeah, I see how you're reading that. Or it could be kits, if you read it the other way around. Ah, don't move too fast in the dark. Hi, Lady Agony. Yes. Okay. Well, thanks. But okay, reasonable suggestion, ultimately. Uh-oh. Lights on. Oh no. This is a puzzle game in this channel. This might not be exactly... Yeah, no, that's... some of. Some of. How many of? Letter labels give you a hint as to which other lights will be toggled by clicking on that light. Okay. Well, alright, I'm going to start by clicking everything and see what it does. Hang on. 32? Okay, the 4 around the outside, plus the 16 on the inside. The 16 around the outside. 4 on each side. C. Okay. Z is going to do something like that. Not quite, but similar. Okay. Let's just learn what each letter is shaped like. Okay, so lights out, but lights on and with a nightmare pattern. Okay, so V is just those three. V and U don't reach below their space. J does and to the left, sure. T does what you'd expect. I doesn't have the crossbars in the top and bottom, it's just straight up and down. K is almost an X. It's X with an extra X. Y is as you'd expect. O is big square around. L is reverse J. N is rotated Z. Well, yes, it definitely is. Okay, got it. So, it started with stick. I have an undo. This one gives me undo and redo. Isn't that nice? It's multi-level, right? Oh yeah. Alright, so full undo redo. Okay, if I want everything on, let's first take inventory of which edge ones can be reached by, well, you say the top row. I'm starting with the edges. You suggest the top. I can accept that. Top is done, sure. So to reach this, I have to toggle U. To reach these, N will do. O will do that. Okay, I got all the outsides. I mean, I can try to just improvise from here to fix everything. So this turns on more than it turns off, and it's done. Oh, okay. That was surprisingly simple. All right. Yeah. She didn't say. Uh-huh. Argony. Okay. Alright, well, these two get along surprisingly well. Caution. Alright. Or, maybe that's the word. Rilling. I have not met Rilling. Maybe I will soon. Light syrup. Okay, so this went on to something in a similar shape. Ah! Did I trip over Rilling? Oh, didn't get a good look at whatever that was. Uh-huh. Do you have toes? You're like a chess piece or something. I guess those could have toes. Those are kind of like toes, those three things. Okay, so next red. 21 lights white. Click 1 to change the color of that light and of the adjacent lights. Oh. Oh, okay, so we're doing color channels individually. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I follow. Okay, so color channels. So red is going to... that light and of the adjacent light. So this is lights out. This is triple lights out all at once. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. So that was a non-operation, right? No. Wait, do that twice as many times. Okay, so now that's no operation. Okay. So each click toggles from one grid to another. Yeah, I'm solving 3 separate lights out puzzles. These all must be white. So this will turn that black. Okay. Okay. So sure, just red channel only. I want to turn on all the reds. I'm going to, right, and I can click the edges. No, this is a non-square lights out. That's an interesting nuance. There's a little pixel peeking through the edge of each of these. Just one, not all of them. The blue one doesn't have one, or is it just too dark for me to see? I think it doesn't have one. No, it does. But yeah, I can't see it with the blue there, and video encoding is going to destroy it, so who knows if anybody else would be able to. Okay, looking really closely, there is indeed a single pixel on my monitor that is on right here, and it's blue. I just can't see it from the distance I normally sit at, which is interesting. I wouldn't think it'd be that invisible. If I stare hard enough, I can just barely... Well, I could for a moment. Wait, this is like... This is doing weird things to my eyes. I have to like look right next to it. Like if I look here, I can see it. Well, not with the cursor there. That creates too much contrast. Anyway, so red channel. Red channel is missing on these two. So I'll start with that. Green channel. Present everywhere except here, here, and here. So what, I'm starting with the outsides, but I can interact with the outsides. However, why don't I go row by row? Let's do that. So blue channel missing here. All right, so first row is fine. Red channel's good. Not there though, so let's do this. Green, yes, I do need green here. Blue is not needed anywhere except there, so I'll click that. Red's already in all of these places. It is not here. So I'll click that. Green is needed in all four of these, which will make that awkward because that means you'll have to toggle, but that's okay. Right, and I am forced to toggle. So yeah, like I can't just stop when I've solved red. I have to keep on re-flipping it. So I'll just pick one to like phase back and forth and not otherwise mess with. Blue channel is needed here. Okay. Red is needed in these two places. Green needed here. Blue needed there. You need red. I'm clicking just below. Again, I'm going row by row, so I'm interacting with the row below the one that I'm solving. Green, blue. Red's already fine, so first place that needs red is here, so I click there. This is, not going to work for very much longer. You need blue. Everybody has red. Red is solved. So at this point, stop interacting with red and just click all the way up here. All right, so all my red clicks will go to this cell, and I will choose similarly one for green when green is solved, and by the time blue is solved, I won't have to worry about it unless I have to redo these. That's fine. So you need green. Some of these need blue. I'll start there. Red click is there. Green here. Okay. You need blue. Whoops, I took away blue. My mistake. That's okay. I'll put it back. Red click. You need green. You need blue. Okay, that looks kinda good, but I have problem. Oh, I have lots of problem. Okay, so now I'm chasing something magenta. That's disconcerting. How will I resolve this final single cell? Okay, so if I click here, I'm affecting 3 at once. If I click here, I'm affecting 4 at once. So I need to use the interference between affecting 3 at once and 4 at once somehow. Well, I can also do 5 at once and 3 at once. 5 at once, 4 at once. I need to relocate this. Let's do it. Well, okay, so blue is already solved. So blue goes there, red goes here. Green is the only unsolved one. Okay, so I am working purely with green. Okay, so all my blue clicks go there, all my red clicks now go here. I choose. Okay, so to turn these two on without ultimately deleting any others, I need to figure out a lights out flip. Other colors are not involved in any way because they are completely solved. Unless it's impossible to get into phase with everything at once. Let's see, how could that be? I think there's a way it could be. Let's not worry about that until it happens. So first, I can do that. But how do I expect to chase down everything? Let's do this instead. Gonna have to resolve you and you. Okay, so I'm going to do some, oops, I guess they call this light chasing. I guess I can click in the same place for red and blue, except it's, now this is out of phase. Okay, if I clicked here, that hasn't really helped me very much. Or has it? No, I think that eliminated one of my problems, actually. Okay, blue here. Dang it. Dang it. What am I doing? Anyway, if I click this... No, I've just put it back to how it was. Okay. Anyway, this needs blue. This needs red. There we go. Now it's yellow. Okay. So click twice here when those colors come up. Except... Now the fact that that's out of phase does make me suspicious. But no, it's 3 puzzles at once. Okay, yeah, so this is put it back to how it was, right? I had those two just like that, didn't I? I think so, yes. So I need to do something else. Okay. So can I, like, spawn a green all the way over on this side and chase it down to, like, end here and here or something like that? Well, okay, what if that's not what I wanted? Okay, well, get me over here. That's fine. I'm going to put a thing... Okay, so if I do this... Like, I've kind of rotated my problem from here to here, which hasn't done anything productive yet. I'm going to keep rotating just to get a feel for what this means. So that's a different pattern, and I kind of like the shape of that one, actually. I think I can work with that. So it lets me split this apart now. This is different from what I had over here. If I click here, and here, and here, that'll end with this whole row being magenta. Well, let's see it. I created one. Okay, so I created one in that process. Could I have done the opposite? Well, I want to create two, one here and one here. Okay, so what does this even mean? How do I undo this creation? So to move this down, I'm going to click the one above it, the one above that, then the sides. Okay, so I disappeared that all the way up here. Gonna try something weird. Having done that, then I'll do this, this, this. Wait. No. No, I'm just back to this situation. Okay. So I need to influence this some other way. What does a click here do? And here. So just ignore those colors. Like, I have to eliminate this. What if I come at it from that angle? Am I coalescing this into anything usable? I simply flip that from top to bottom. Okay. So, somehow I need to exert influence over this in another way. If I click here, that's not helping me. Let's just permute this for a bit and get a feel for it. I'm just back to how I was pretty much. Like, I can get things to an edge. So now I'm back to them next to each other. I've had this before. I should reduce the size of my red-blue. See, this is the issue with lights out. Like, just the operations that it takes to get something to actually... And, like, this is not traditional lights out since the corners are unoccupied. Whatever operations it takes to, like, affect a single thing at a time are extremely unintuitive, so I just kind of have to try patterns until I find something that does what I want. So let's try... Okay, first of all, without touching this... no. Yeah, so I need to use the interference between, like, the interference of edges to do different numbers. So here's 5 toggled. Here's 4 toggled. Now in the process of doing that, somehow I need to turn that into one of these ending up off, but everything else being in the same state. What if I click here? Well, then that makes a big mess down here. I'm kind of just getting farther and farther away from what I want to touch. I eliminated the green in that area somehow. Nope, I'm just back to this. Okay, so before I mean, sure, I could collapse it that way. I've seen this pattern before. What do I think I can do about it? So, right, I'm using a messy process just to kind of walk the green along somewhere. Just get it away from the spots I don't want it to be. And now it's just reduced to this again. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to move you to here. That's just a little less surface area. It just keeps reducing to this. Okay, I need to introduce a light here. Okay, so let's do this. I click that. I resolve this portion. Now I just separately operate on all of these and try to resolve them. Let's walk them northward. How about that? Well, that's down to 1 and 2. Well, sure, those are the same sort of thing. Okay, so that didn't resolve. Taking them for a walk just does not resolve anything. This almost looks like something. Hey, there we go. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I fixed it. Okay. Lights out. Like, I've read up on lights out theory several times, and it has never really stuck with me just because, again, the operations to get a light to move from one side to another are just extremely unintuitive. It's like solving a Rubik's Cube. It seems like it's more about memorization of, like, flips and operations than it is about any kind of forward logic. You just have to know the magic and apply it in an unintuitive sequence. Anyway. Spikes! Okay. But what did I trip over? Alright. Okay, system's able to do that. That's nice. I know, right? Like, why is this even here? Well, that's what the sign says. What is actually down there? This is a little off center. I think it's probably it's the pit. I can see, like, everything here is just a little left of where it could be. Those were L's and a Y? Yeah, I think those were shapes that were drawn by, Hi, are you the name I just heard, which I've already forgotten? Yeah. Uh-huh. So the automatic continue to the next puzzle is not too conducive for, like, having a clean break and going back to the map screen. That's okay, I guess. It's fine. I'm getting a little preview of what's going to happen here. And yeah, you are the one that I tripped over. Sure, yeah, using lots of power. Gotcha. The lights are on, you want them off. I see. Okay, anyway, this will be tread lightly. And if I go there again... No, we've already seen that scene, so that's the only time. That's fine. Alright, so next time, tread lightly. Lights out continues with actually turning out the lights. And it looks like we might go through here to get to something, maybe? I don't know if this map's going to expand. I mean, it does each time I solve a thing. But yeah, I don't know. Looking at this, it's hard to get a feel for how many total puzzles there will be. It looks like I'm a little over halfway done, maybe, but that just depends on density and other possible things. Anyway. Happy with what happened today. Next time, tread lightly. I'll see you then.